We're going. Welcome back. It's been a while.
That was like not very like.
What? It's not very what?
That was not very like emphatic. It's like, welcome back. Welcome back.
What do you mean?
Welcome back.
You sound exactly the same.
Now you're like, welcome back. It's been a long
Fix my
time.
sweater. I don't like how my sweater looks.
You are
Gotta
a giant
represent.
maple leaf.
Yeah, represent.
You're a maple leaf.
We're back on the video again,
Yeah.
which is fun.
For now.
For anyone who's listening. Welcome back to the podcast, guys.
Thank you. See, was that so hard?
It's been a while.
It's Cam, Priya,
And Priya.
and Milo.
And the F1 My Life podcast.
And our baby's sleeping.
Yeah, he's upstairs sleeping.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we did this one.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been a minute. I don't even remember the last one, and it's fine. We watched all of last season. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
We watched Drive to Survive a few days ago. And now we're back for Bahrain.
I think we didn't podcast at all, I think, on last season, which was the 2023 season. I think we did a few for 2022.
No, we did a few for 2023.
Yeah, but we didn't do a lot. So I think we're going to try to be a little more consistent with this one. Life just got kind of crazy, and we're actually back in Canada.
Hence the maple
Now,
leaf.
hence why I'm wearing my Canada Maple Leaf sweatshirt.
I still don't have any Canada gear. I just have those gloves.
The gloves are solid. We'll get you more.
I need some Canada gear.
Yeah. But
None with Stroll's name on it, though.
how dare you? He's the only Canadian driver.
He's probably only going to be here for another year.
Good Lord. No, he's going to be there forever.
Forever. I know. He's going to be as old as Alonso.
As long as Lawrence owns the team, he's going to...
How old is Stroll? His dad?
I don't know.
60? Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, but we moved back to Canada, so things were kind of like crazy over 2022.
Basically, since we had our baby.
Yeah, life has been just nuts.
No. But since before we had our baby, 6 months before we found out we had our baby, we were having a baby.
Yeah.
Thank God, he's wonderful. To now, to literally yesterday, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Life happens, life changes.
Yeah.
Lots of good things.
Having a kid and moving is like a lot.
It is. It's a lot.
It's like hard enough to do a podcast alone.
And a puppy.
Let alone like a video podcast too.
And a puppy.
But
we're back, and it's so nice.
I think my red light died in the back there.
I think so.
It's all good.
We're going to keep going.
It's all good.
We're going to keep going.
What was I about to say? Yeah, even with our kid, we had like F1 onesies for him. We had a Red Bull themed cake for his first birthday.
That was so fun. I forgot about that. He was wild one for his first birthday.
And then naturally we had the Red Bull car with the number 1 on it.
Yeah, shouts to the baker.
And that was awesome. So
he even got, and this was not something that we got him, but Cam's siblings ended up getting our son like a Mercedes push car, and now he rides on it himself.
It's not like an F1 car though.
It's not an F1 car, but it's a Mercedes.
It's
and
just
again,
like a Mercedes car.
We didn't.
It's red though.
It is red. It is
the
red.
Irony.
He loves red.
But yeah, anyway, should we talk some F1?
Yeah, let's talk some F1. So we're going to be back, and we are going to be taking questions on our F1 My Life podcast.
We take questions.
We will, from our 2 viewers.
How many people? No, lots of. We actually get like thousands and thousands of viewers.
I hope so.
We do.
Do we really? Is that what our analytics say?
I don't even know how to look at the analytics.
But if you guys ever have questions, send them to our F1 My Life podcast.
Let's talk about some Formula One.
Yeah.
Because we're back. We watched Bahrain. There's a lot going on. I don't know where you even want to start. Do you want to start with the race?
The race.
I feel like we can't really start with the race though.
No.
So
the
much
race.
other.
No, the race. Okay, the race. Start where you want to start.
There's
then.
Okay, I'm not even going to recap everything we missed because there was a lot that went on. Daniel Ricciardo returned, all that stuff. There were driver shuffles and stuff like that.
And silly season is still a myth.
Yeah, so many things changed. So, I mean, we can jump around everywhere. What do you think about Danny Rick coming back?
I'm excited. I love that in Drive to Survive, and I said this for like the last 3 years. He should have never left Red Bull. You never should have left Red Bull. You messed up.
I feel like that's a popular opinion.
It's not just an opinion. It's a fact. It's a fact. Like if he had stayed, he would have been Checo.
Well, who knows?
He should have been Checo.
Yeah.
And he
I
wouldn't.
mean, do you want to be Checo though? You know. He finished like what
Daniel could have
was
even
it 20 or 40
been
seconds behind
Daniel,
Verstappen?
but you don't know. Daniel was actually doing really well in the Red Bull, and then he
Yeah.
left.
But he
so
said- yeah.
it is what it is. Like he had to grow and he had to find himself and he had to do all those things. But I don't think Daniel Ricciardo is going to be winning a championship anytime soon. I love him. I just don't think that's going to happen for him.
Yeah, we'll see. But
Definitely
yeah,
not with like
it's interesting. To
what
have
is it
him back.
called now? Kick? No, it's not called Kick. It's called RB.
Visa Cash App.
Like RB.
RB team.
Yeah.
It's some like ridiculous name.
So
Not a fan of that name.
I'm going to call them AlphaTauri because that's just how I
What was their name before?
there's so many names.
AlphaTauri, and then didn't it change?
There was something else before, but I
Yeah.
just going to go by AlphaTauri
Yeah,
because that's
Toro Rosso. That's right.
Toro Rosso.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I like Toro Rosso.
Yeah.
But whatever. And it'll always be Gasly in my mind and AlphaTauri, even though he's in Alpine now.
Yeah.
So much to talk about with Alpine.
So Ricardo's back. We'll see what happens with him.
I just feel like he's left and gone too many places, and I don't even know if he's going to get a Red Bull seat. I'll be honest with you at this point. I don't know if he deserves a Red Bull
That's
seat.
his hopes.
It's his hopes, and maybe it's Christian Horner's hopes,
I
but
think
all
Christian
of that
Horner
can change.
wants to put him back in
Well,
the
Christian
Red Bull.
Horner may not have an opinion to stand on.
We'll see. I don't know. Something's changed with Daniel Ricciardo. He's not the same driver he used to be. I don't know what's up with him. It's very weird.
He's getting older.
Yeah.
So Daniel Rick, and then of course, like the big thing that like everybody's talking about is Ferrari is inheriting Lewis Hamilton.
They're not inheriting him. They signed him.
Whatever, they're inheriting.
It's a weird way to put it.
They're adopting him for a season or two.
He's not like a grandmother's gold set you inherited or something.
I don't know. He's a knight. He's pretty. Some may
No,
say
he's
that.
leaving Mercedes,
Which is
and
wild.
heading to Ferrari.
But like we could have predicted that last year. Everybody was chit-chatting about it.
I mean, I didn't see that coming at all. You did.
I did.
Did
I
you?
did. I told you about it, and you were
You
like,
told me about it when
you were
it was-
like, oh my god, you spend too much time on Reddit.
No, you told me about it when it was news.
No, I told you about it before it was news,
No,
and
no,
then
no.
and then the team principal shut it down, and he just laughed and giggled, and I said, "There is a story there."
Oh no, it was rumored before.
Yeah.
I remember hearing the rumors, but I was like, absolutely not, because I just feel like the whole Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes, like dynamic, like that whole, they pitched a very like team-based, like team. It's all about the team, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I didn't see like Lewis leaving
Ever.
Mercedes ever.
I'm glad he is.
Yeah, it's so weird. And the thing is, I don't feel like there's a lot of I mean, there's a lot of rumor. There's nothing that's solid about why he left or what happened behind the scenes or whatever. All I read was the alleged, I think, contract value that he's getting from Ferrari, which is insane. It's like a lot of money. I think I read something like it was $100 million.
Yeah, it's $100 million.
And to drive for Ferrari. So maybe financially he's trying to like set himself up, and I think it's everything. I think there's something he knows about Ferrari, about like where Ferrari's headed, and like maybe Mercedes is like on a downturn, which is why he's like, okay, I'm going to jump ship. And then also I think he's going to retire soon. And then also he wants like the money so he can have a little like more cash in the bank. And then also I think he wants to, end his career driving for Ferrari. And I think he feels he might have a solid shot at Red Bull, Max Verstappen, if he's in a Ferrari.
I think it's all of that. And I think it's also, why would you stay at a team that isn't listening to you, which is very evident by last year.
How interesting was that in Drive to Survive when he said that, eh?
It's like, it's not. I'm not fully shocked at all, because the thing is, he was so ticked off in the car last year. He was so pissed. You could hear it in the radio.
No wonder.
You could see it in his face, and then in the after race interviews, you could just see he's given up.
And I was wondering, I was like, why is Lewis so like pissed off? Like he seems so like unusually frustrated. And then in Drive to Survive, he was like, he's like, I went to the team and said, hey, we need to switch this about the car. And they're like, dude, we know what we're doing. Don't worry about it. Just like kind of drive
world
the car.
champion.
And he was just like, when he got that response, he was like, wow, okay. So I think something internally, like the dynamics
Have shifted.
changed. They stopped, like Mercedes stopped being like this kind of big happy family.
They
Now,
still
suddenly
tout it
they're
though.
like-
They still tout it, and like I think they're on the George Russell train. I think I think there's like a dynamic there that George is like, this is where I am, this is where I have to be now. So he's trying to ramp up Mercedes.
Yeah.
And Lewis is just like, I see the writing on the wall. I don't really like this. This is not working for me. This isn't like the experience-backed knowledge that I have. So if they're not going to listen to me, I'm going to take it elsewhere. And with that being said, why would you stay at a team that's not listening to you if you know for a fact that Ferrari is going to? He has a relationship with that team principal. He's had a relationship with him before.
Yeah.
So is Leclerc. But why would you even, like, yes, for the money. Yes, for another chance at the, championship. Yes, for like a change. But like, why would you ride out your years in a team that is obviously like not backing you as a driver? And there is something very curious to me as to why Angela left when she did.
I think the dynamics changed.
Yeah.
Because when a team is under a lot of pressure, like when you're under a lot of stress, people can act stressed out.
Yeah.
And say stressed out things. So I think like the entire team is just like, they're under like so much stress and like cracks started to happen. And I mean, this is all, I guess, like speculation, right? There's going to be people out there that are like, yeah, they're still a solid team, and they're all going to say that. But I mean, based on that interview from Lewis, it seemed like, they were just kind of like, yo, like, leave it alone. We'll deal with it. We know how to solve this problem. And he's like, as a driver, as like a 7-time world champion, that's, I don't know, that's not going to go well. So I don't know.
I think it takes like a certain amount of drive that you have within your team to extract what you need to from the car.
Yeah.
Like, George and Lewis are driving the same car. Lewis is obviously not extracting the same amount of power in there.
Yeah.
So the setup is weird. His understanding of the car is different, or he's just not in it.
Yeah.
Which everyone's like, oh, Sainz is saying the same thing. He's like, okay, I'm in it. Like, we're going to be Ferrari till the end, until the end of the season, and then whatever. But everyone's in it for themselves right now. And it's always going to be like that too. Which actually takes us to, like, that Mercedes seat is open. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could be Sainz. It could be, like, Schumacher. It could be, I don't know, they're saying, like, both people in AlphaTauri, like, Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda are both like, it could be us. It's not going to be Yuki. It's not going to be Yuki. Yuki's never going to drive for Mercedes. And if he does, have fun. But
yeah, I don't know who they're going to throw in there.
It could be a veteran. It could be someone new.
Because it really depends on... It depends on who they're going to put as their number one driver. I feel like George is going to be it because he's doing fairly decent given the performance of the car. Like, he's outperformed Lewis quite a bit. And even in this last race, like, he was able to get the car, up and, like, not, like, it was top 5, right? Mm-hmm. Where he finished, I think.
He was 4th, I think. Yeah, 4th or 5th, I can't remember.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see.
Let's actually just get the standings up while we're here.
We'll see what happens there in terms of the driver. It depends on which direction they're going to go and if they want to put a rookie in. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think this is kind of it for Mercedes. Like,
oh yeah,
like you lose a few championships in a row, and then your like star driver leaves your team, and it's just the way of like all of these teams. They have like an amazing run, and then they drop out.
We've talked about this before. Like, McLaren went through this, Williams went through this, or went through it. Mercedes is going through it, and Red Bull at one point will go through it. We don't know when it will be, but it will happen.
Yeah,
like, it will happen.
I mean, Red Bull had the run, and then they dropped, and now they're having another run.
Yeah, so it's not like uncommon, but I think it's very interesting regardless. So silly season is still among like in the mix here. I also wonder, and this is like an internal thought I had, like Sainz, if he was offered with Mercedes, would he take it because Mercedes is on such a downturn? But then I'm like, yes, he would. Because it's better to stay in as a racer in a team that's not doing great than to leave.
Yeah, and also, like, you're talking about Red Bull. He's not going to go to... I mean, depends what they do with Checo. That would be very interesting.
I can easily predict Checo's done.
But the thing is, you also have to remember Sainz was like a Red Bull development driver.
Yeah.
Too, right?
Everyone was a Red Bull development driver.
So that would be very interesting if they were to go Sainz Verstappen in Red Bull. But, like, point being is, like, you're going from Ferrari. They're we'll see how they go this season, but they're either a number 2 or number 3 team.
Yeah, so far they're number 2, yeah.
And so it's like you're either going to go from the number 2 team to the number 3 if you go to Mercedes.
Right.
Or, So, I mean, the way I see it is, yeah, if he's offered a seat at Mercedes, he's obviously going to take it because that's his best shot
Yeah.
to win races. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not one of those things where Sainz. I don't think he's going to be
Leaves?
left by the wayside.
I hope
would.
not.
I would hate for him to go to like
Yeah.
he better be offered like
Yeah.
a solid seat.
Yeah.
Like
Not
a
like
top,
kick.
Yeah, kick
You know?
Sauber,
Yeah.
like Haas.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I don't even like. Okay, no, I like.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Carlos has just gotten like he's always like right behind Daniel. He's always like right behind Daniel. He just keeps getting kicked out of teams and then going to another team because Daniel kicks him out. And Sainz like killed it yesterday. Obviously, he was like P3.
He's getting shafted by Ferrari. Like, I mean, it
Yeah.
sucks, but like, yeah,
It's dumb.
yeah, it is what
It's
it is.
dumb. And like some of these roles, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I think Leclerc is a talented driver, but it's either he fails to put it together or the car fails to be
Who
together
said
for
it?
him.
Was it Crofty or
was
Martin
Crofty.
Brundle? He was like, he just has horrible luck
Yeah.
with like the cars.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like,
does.
I don't know what to say, man. It sucks. The guy's very talented. And when he does have the car, he just like, he'll crash or
Yeah.
like how many times does he crash in qualifying?
Yeah.
It's insane. Like
Yeah.
Monaco is like known
There's also like,
for him.
there's
to,
also like bad luck that he has had. It's not that,
Yeah,
but like, yeah,
I feel like I haven't seen Charles on the podium.
in forever.
Like I've seen Sainz on podiums
Yeah.
a lot. Even with McLaren.
Which like begs the question that it's like, why would you trade up? I mean, but again, and I feel like
but it's
he's-
Lewis Hamilton.
no, but I'm saying like Charles Leclerc, like sacrifice him.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But I think he's the Lando Norris of Ferrari. Like Lando's not going anywhere. Lando is staying with McLaren
They must see something.
unless Lando goes to Red Bull.
They must see something in Charles that makes them think like,
He's better than Carlos.
yeah, but
they're
I
gonna
mean,
be eating their foot.
and I was telling you this, like he qualifies so well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the race, it's
Can't put it together.
you can't put it together, man.
And like yesterday wasn't even his fault. Like he literally kept locking up. It was
Yeah.
like you
I
could
mean,
have made a
it's
drinking
just-
game out of the locking up yesterday.
It's just that's a car though. They were having some serious problems with the car. I don't
They're
know.
having some serious problems with the car. However, Sainz put it on a podium.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So I feel like if you're gonna say that
But
I
it's
feel
an
like
individual car.
It is an
I'm sure he was having like problems pertaining
no,
to
I'm
his setup.
I'm sure
a lot.
I'm sure he was. But all I'm saying is that this has been happening for 2 seasons.
I know, man.
I'm not giving up on Charles Leclerc.
I don't know if this is a Charles problem or a Ferrari problem.
Yeah, well, Ferrari just has their own problems. They just have,
Like, I hope they sort it out before
yeah, because now they're,
Lewis Hamilton
Yeah.
arrives on the scene.
Well, he's gonna definitely have things to say.
God.
So
Where else are we going here?
I want to talk about the race.
What about the race?
So
the first race of the season, though.
The
What
race
can
was
you-
so interesting. So first off, this was the first time Milo's asleep on my leg. This was that's water on the ground. My bad.
cool, man.
So this is the first time that there were no safety cars
Yes.
at all. Every single driver, there was no retirement.
Yeah.
Every single car finished
Weird.
in the race.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Cool.
something to talk about. Cool.
Anyway,
it was a
what
pretty
else?
straightforward race. So obviously, like Max Verstappen won because he's Max Verstappen. He like beat everyone at like.
People are already, like, the teams are already, like, congratulations
Yeah.
to Max. He's
Yeah.
going to win this
Yeah.
championship. It's the first race
I
of
know.
the season.
They're just,
It's
like,
crazy. to
Toto
me.
even said he's like Max is in a world of his own or a universe of his own or something like that. Like, which is whatever, big coming from Toto. But like, they're literally. I saw this meme where they like put a sticker on like they put Max like they just took him off the screen. They put like a sticker over like where VER is, and then they like redid 1 through like 19, and they're like, this is the new race because that's just like way more fun to watch.
Yeah.
Which is like it's true and not like we still want to see like if Max is going to be able to accomplish what we think he's going to be able to accomplish this year, but everyone's always like already like we're vying for second.
You know what's interesting, though? Because to your comment of, like, that's a real race. Like, I think, does Red Bull have the best car? Yes, they do.
But it's not
But the thing is like, the car will win you races.
yeah.
the talent will win you races by like 20 or 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Because you had Verstappen and then Perez and Sainz were very close, right? They were very close together. But I feel like when you're as time, and maybe we saw this, I can't recall 100% back to like Lewis Bottas days, but I'm pretty sure he had that much clearance on Bottas as well.
Yes.
When he would win his races. So there's something to be said about, you know, not only having the fastest car, but also being an incredibly talented
Skilled
driver. And you see that when it's like the driver who's your second driver is like 20 seconds behind you by the end of the race.
But you need that. You need that in order to also build that gap, because you need someone fighting for you up front. That was always the issue.
I don't think Checo is creating a gap, though.
No, Checo is nowhere near as good of a teammate. Okay, no, I shouldn't say that. No.
As
Because
Bottas?
2020, you know, obviously we know. But
Get
like,
outta here.
Bottas.
Don't hate on Bottas.
No, I'm saying Bottas was better.
Like a
Bottas
teammate?
was the ultimate teammate. Remember last year, towards the end of the year,
Yeah.
like Max was doing this all by himself.
He was the ultimate like goat.
Christian was like literally 300 and X number of points are from Max. Like, that's it. Like, if they didn't have Checo, they probably still would have won the championship.
No, they would have. He said without Checo, we still would have won the championship.
Which is alarming.
Yeah.
You know, like
the constructors.
Yes.
Which is wild.
alarming to me.
Yeah.
So, like, I will say, you know, the first championship that Max ever won, Checo was a beast. And he has been a beast. Like, he has beast moments. But he was really struggling to put it together at the end of 2023. And for that reason, I really do think that he's going to be out. Unless he pulls, like, the Bottas season of 2024.
The thing is...
Because, like, Red Bull's not going to want to replace him as the second driver if they know that he's capable of doing what they want him to do.
If Max is winning drivers' championships on his own, and he's able to win them the constructors on his own as well, they can do whatever they want with the second seat right now. They can throw whoever they want into there. Hence why I think Christian might be looking towards bringing Daniel Ricciardo in, because he's like, look, like Max has matured to such a level where he can win the races and he can bring home the constructors for him. So Daniel is just like that character. He's got that, like, he draws a lot of people in to the sport. He's got a lot of eyeballs. He's got a lot of fans. Like, why not put that guy back into the Red Bull seat?
Got a lot of eyeballs
on him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's funny. It's just funny the way you said it. His eyes are huge.
Yeah, man.
When he smiles.
I can't even do it, man. His face is so big.
It's so big. His smile is so big and so wonderful. So it was really interesting for me to see. The reason I keep like going back into this is, so there were 5 teams in the top 10 yesterday, and each team had their 2 drivers in it. So it was Verstappen, Perez, obviously Red Bull, Sainz, Leclerc with Ferrari, and then Russell, Norris, Hamilton, Piastri, Alonso, Stroll. Oh my God, Stroll was top 10?
Yeah, that's weird.
What? Joe was, oh yeah, I know, Joe was 11th.
Canada! Shouts to Canada.
Great.
Lance Stroll.
Didn't he like get in an accident on the first lap? Oh no, that was sorry, the Haas's fault. That was the Haas's fault, my bad. But like, it's just so interesting to see that there are, because that's what, we were saying this yesterday though, you want to see that.
What?
You want to see like
Norris
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Stroll crash?
No.
Yeah, like
you want to
teams,
see no, you want to see the same. You want to see the same team with both drivers, with their drivers within the same range,
but
right?
They were saying actually that the field has tightened up quite a bit now.
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
Why are you laughing? The field is like much closer.
Yeah.
So mature. God, is this a serious podcast?
I know.
Jeez.
It's tightened up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like much closer together.
Yeah, it has.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah. Except for Alpine, who finished just like an hour ago. Did you hear about them though?
What?
Their race, their technical team, resigned. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this.
They should.
I don't know.
Something is so wrong with Alpine.
I feel so bad for them.
I don't feel bad for Ocon. I feel bad for Gasly. I never feel bad for Ocon.
But even before the Grand Prix happened, they were like, "We have the worst car on the track," and I was like, "Really?" Right. And then qualifying and the race, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is.
What was it? Sargent?
Man, Otmar must be so happy he was like
Dodged a
let go
bullet.
there. Jesus Christ, I don't know what. That's crazy, man. But Alpine, it seems like Alpine's kind of cutthroat. Like the guy who owns it, he's just gonna be like,
The Frenchmen are
new T principal coming in now because we're not dealing with this crap.
which is
Yeah, scary.
Yeah. Remember that guy? What was his name when they were just recently when they were Renault? Who was that Frenchman?
Cyril.
Cyril, yeah. They were cutthroat then too.
Yeah.
He left, yeah. Interesting.
I like that guy.
I really liked him too. He was interesting.
He was a character.
Obviously, Gunther is gone.
I'm gonna miss Gunter.
Yeah. But he's not gone.
Yeah, they're like still.
He's not gone.
They're still interviewing him and talking to him.
They love him.
even though he's like left. The
8 years of his life
as a team principal.
You know, but like Haas did okay. I mean, Hulkenberg kind of. Magnussen was 12th. So this is what I really like. I just find this interesting, and I need to dig into this deeper. So I understand track position after the points, like 12th, 13th, 13th, 14th, whatever. So yesterday during the race, Tsunoda and Ricciardo were given team orders to switch because Ricciardo had the faster tire strategy.
Yeah.
And like Ricciardo's like trying to get past Magnussen, and he obviously didn't succeed in doing that. But then Yuki's mad, and I was a little confused on this. Why? Because I always thought team orders were like, or at least I've always seen it like this, where it's like like you say like I'm faster, I can go faster, and then they let you through, and then if you don't get through to the person you're supposed to, they switch you back at the end of the race because you really earned that position. Why didn't that happen?
I don't know. Some weirdness was going on with Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda, and after the race, did you see that he like dive bombed him on the inside or something like that?
What do you mean dive bombed?
There's a shot like after the flag. You know how a car will like dive?
Oh yeah.
He did that on him, and then he went and like passed him really close, and that's when Daniel Ricciardo made that comment that he was like, this guy's a helmet.
Yeah.
He called him like he's just like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know what is up with. I get the guy
Yuki's
gets pissed.
but that's just dumb.
Yeah, I get he gets pissed, but if you're gonna like do reckless stuff like that on the racetrack to another driver because you're mad, you need to be out of that car.
Yeah, but
like,
Yuki's never gonna be out of the car, which is stupid.
I don't know, man. I that just did not
jive.
Rub me the right way. I was just like, that's messed up. Like, relax, bro.
I saw that, and it is immature. And honestly, and Ricardo said, and we'll never know the inner workings of AlphaTauri or whatever RB, but he's like, we talk about these things before the race. Like, he knew I was going to be on a faster tire strategy. He knew this was what the end of the race was going to look like.
Yeah.
So he should have known that the team orders would be such that, and if you had issues, you should have brought it up then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. I didn't know that's what a dive bomb was. I learned so much. But I saw that and I was like, that's really immature and that's like really dangerous. And also the team principal should probably have a conversation with them because that's millions of dollars of damage that like lots of people are going to have to pay.
Yeah, of course. What if he hit him? What if they hit each other? Like, that's just so dumb.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
If you're pissed at a guy, like, get out of the car and yell at him after.
Yeah.
Don't be like pulling this dumb crap on the friggin' track. I don't know, man.
It wasn't smart.
Yuki for you though.
Yeah.
You know?
Not surprised.
Yeah.
But just kind of, it's annoying. It's kind of dumb to watch. But it was an interesting race in the sense that, like, I feel like people's, like, tire strategies were pretty transparent. Like, I feel like the undercut was really powerful. I feel like it just kind of went the way it was supposed to. And the fact that there was no safety flag, like, safety,
it's the first race,
cars,
you know?
But it was unheard of for the last 7 races to not have a safety car at Bahrain.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see that because you actually got like an adequate view of what people's like pace was like before like weird conditions happen, like weird crashes, weird weather.
But even then, you're not going to know exactly where people stand until they were even saying they're like at least like 5 races.
5 races in.
Then we'll have a good idea of where the cars actually sit. And there's always development, right? Like we're going to see what like. Who gets better and who gets worse and whatnot. So it could, you never know, Ferrari could become a lot more competitive. We could see some really interesting racing.
Yeah.
Even with Mercedes, we can see like where they head, you know, it's going to take a few races to see.
It was a strong start for Red Bull. Like it was a 1-2 finish and Max got the fastest lap and that's great, but it's a strong start, but it doesn't mean like Max has had retirements before. And I think it was like the second or third race last year where he had to retire, and it was just like, or was it 2 years ago? And like Leclerc was like right up there with him, and it only takes like one retirement at the beginning to like really like get that momentum.
Yeah.
But I think that's all about the race. But on the note of
What?
Red Bull,
What do you want at what?
Christian
What
Horner.
is it? Of course. Of course we want to talk about Christian Horner.
I won't use his other name right now.
Hey, dude.
Our kid might watch this one day.
Why?
So, okay.
Why,
let's
dude?
Just, okay, I'm
It's
just gonna
called
put like
marriage.
this. I'm just gonna put this like little disclaimer here. I'm gonna put this little disclaimer here. We obviously do not know the inner workings of anyone's marriage, and we do not know like what the. If you are in England and you have these like messages or something like that, please Dropbox them to me. My Dropbox is full.
It's
Just please
Google
email
Drive,
it to me.
first of all.
Yeah, email it to me.
It's a Google Drive.
Google
link.
Drive it to me. To us, so we can both take a look.
We're obviously
But, like,
talking about Christian Horner and the
scandal.
inappropriate behavior or something.
Yeah,
What did they call it?
inappropriate.
I don't know how they classified it.
Yeah, it's not appropriate.
Inappropriate.
Misconduct.
I don't even know if it's misconduct. I don't know what they called it.
So he had an external investigation that he apparently complied with, which is fine, great, and he was like
Red Bull
cleared.
investigated him, the parent company,
No,
not the FIA.
no, there was an external company that was hired by Red Bull
Sure.
to investigate him because it's a conflict of interest for Red Bull to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So he was cleared, right? And those results were forwarded to the FIA.
Red Bull.
And
did
then
it.
literally, like, I think a day or two after this happened, I think it was like Thursday, somebody leaked like 100 and X page document,
It was like 73 messages or something like
but
that.
they're documents.
Yeah.
And there's like pictures and screenshots and
Yeah.
and it's to the team principals and others in the paddock, and it's been forwarded on to the FIA and
I think everyone watching this knows
Yes.
exactly what's going on.
So anyways,
So, like-
I was reading something today about how, like, okay, whatever. So now his like name is like, I really like Christian Horner, but like also I understand like if he did something really inappropriate, like if he did something bad, like yeah, he should be held accountable. If he did something like kind of weird, then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what like rules exist as a team principal where like you should be fired. Like if you abuse somebody, then like obviously like you should be fired.
Here's the thing. I don't think he harassed somebody. I don't think he abused anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened was, and this is just based on the fact that they investigated it and they like left it alone, and he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I think he had a mutual and consensual like flirtmance or whatever you want to say with like somebody in Red Bull. I think Red Bull wanted to investigate it though, to be like, they wanted to make sure it wasn't anything like harassment or anything like
But didn't
like
the
that.
girl who brought it up, like the victim, didn't, like I'm saying victim because that's like, I don't know what it is. Like, is she a victim? Because like
No,
I thought it was brought up that she's like an alleged victim.
I think it depends how you read it and which publication writes it where. But based on the fact that they said something went on, they investigated it, and they're like, you know what? There's nothing else necessary. Like he's gonna. I think what happened is they found out that maybe him and like another person in Red Bull were like flirting or whatever via text messages, and that's all they were doing. And they were probably like, don't do this anymore. But if it was consensual between the both of them, then they're going to be like, it's, you got to make sure you disclose these things. But if it wasn't like harassment or anything along those lines, it seems like they don't really have the grounds to fire him. But
because if there was a relationship or something like that, I think as team principal, he is not allowed to have certain like
flirting
relationships.
is not a relationship. It's just flirt. It's like, and the thing is, it's only like, let's be real. It's only really considered. It's like, it's not appropriate in a workplace, but if both people are doing it with each other, and it's like consensual, then you can't really like fire people for that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know his
I
contract.
don't think you can.
I don't know. Maybe he signed something. You don't know. Like Total Wolf and all these people, like you don't know if they signed specific things in their contract that maybe don't make sense to like us people.
I think they signed that they can't be in relationships, but I don't think he was in technically a relationship with this girl. I think they were just exchanging like flirty messages, and it kind of got like
Pictures.
really. I don't know if pictures were exchanged. I don't think they said pictures were exchanged. I think if pictures were exchanged, then he's like fireable. But I mean, well, I don't know if we'll know. Somebody send us the drive.
Send me the drive. Yeah, send me.
Send
first.
us the drive.
The drive. Message us and we'll give you our email address.
We need the tea. We need the tea.
We need it.
People are just going to send us viruses now.
But they're going to have to message us first to ask for our email so we can decide.
I don't want to get a virus.
It's okay. We're just getting over sickness in this house.
Dude.
As well. But my thing on this is that the reason I brought this up is because Yost yesterday, Max Verstappen's dad.
Christian Horner is so handsome though, right?
Right now, he's not looking so handsome.
He's a handsome dude.
Yeah.
On this podcast,
Jerry's
right? Called him a handsome bastard.
Jerry's
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
I know.
I knew it was either him or Toto. One of them, you know?
I think Toto's too stressed out to have any type of. Anyways, so Flirtman's, whatever. So Yost apparently talked to Toto yesterday in Bahrain, and like Yost has been it's whatever. Yost has been like up Christian's butt, and just let me finish.
Listen, man.
It's been a problem. There has been tension in the paddock. Okay,
There's
been tension in the paddock, and this is you shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house. So Yost in 2008 was either 2008 or 2012 or both. Yost was in prison. Okay?
Jeez.
Yost was in prison. Yost also had allegations of running Max's mother over with a car. It's all over the freaking internet. Just Google it.
Allegation or proven?
So he was cleared of the accusations, and then I think he also... Did you not hear about how he like fractured somebody's skull in 2000 something?
I'm not just Googling
He was karting and he got into an altercation with this guy, and this guy ended up like fracturing his skull, and he ended up like getting assault charges. So Yost has no like...
What's this guy's name? Max Verstappen?
No. Max visited his father in prison, and he was like, this was very hard for me.
Yeah, no wonder he's great at racing. He's got so much trauma.
Well, yeah, and like Yost would like hit him on his head during like with his helmet and stuff and be like, if you don't race properly, we're going home. Like, he's worse than a Daisy dad.
Jesus.
So anyways, Yost does not have
so deep.
Yost does not have a leg to stand on. Just let me finish my thought.
He went so deep. So deep on Yost Verstappen.
Yost does not have a leg to stand on when it comes to like being upset at Christian Horner. Like, Christian Horner has given his son like nothing but like a great car, a great team, whatever. If you have an issue with a guy and what he does outside of work, or in the paddock or whatever, deal with it. But like, I don't think Yost should be the person being like, I want him fired.
I think bringing it back like 100% full circle, your son is like one of the best F1 drivers ever now. Currently racing for his team. He can say whatever he wants to Christian Horner. Yeah. Because nothing's going to happen to him. Nothing's going to happen to Max. They're obviously going to keep him in the team. He can full out like what kind of driver's father is going to be like, the team principal should be fired.
He said that.
I know, but he can say that because his son is Max Verstappen. That's dumb. I think it's just like, I don't know, man.
But somebody has it out for Mr. Horner over here.
Yeah.
Like, Zach Brown is asking for resignation.
They're asking for transparency. And what they're asking for is everything to become public so that they can, in my opinion, so that they can pressure the FIA to say that Christian Horner needs to step down, and then their teams can move up as number 2, number 3, number 1, whatever it may be. I'm just tinfoil hatting it over here.
It's a schmear campaign.
Yeah, dude.
I actually don't know what happened though. If Christian said something wrong,
like I don't get the push for if they investigated things internally and it's been settled, then it's been settled. Because at the end of the day, if whoever this woman is feels things were crossing the line or way too inappropriate, she could like lawyer up, and maybe she still will.
Think she is.
And she can like just do whatever she wants.
Wasn't
to
she
and
asking
take it
for like a 600-pound settlement or something?
That's what I didn't read about anything. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like they're just like they want to like put everything out into the open, get Christian out of there. I don't know what the motivations are or whatever, but at the end of the day, I hope everything was like, done appropriately and like, you know, if something legitimately did happen, they need to go through the proper avenues and investigate it. But listen, if this is how they do things, this is how they do things. Like,
if he's been cleared of all wrongdoing, then like let's move on.
Yeah.
And like let's just race, because this is annoying.
Yeah. There's so much money at stake, though, with Formula One, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
everyone's just in it for the money.
yeah,
now.
to get a team principal out, to get the leader of that group out, and have the team, like, have a fall from grace. Who wouldn't want that? It's millions of dollars at stake. Why
Drive
not?
to Survive
Get 'em out
7
there.
is
Who
going to be
cares?
super interesting.
Right? If they give you an in, they're going to take it. So,
Yeah.
God damn, Christian.
Poor Jerry.
What else, yo?
I think that's it. I cannot wait. We got like 4
What
more
else,
days.
fam? What else do we don't we have more stuff to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
F1 related?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Was that it? Did we go over everything? Are we missing a big story? I can't.
No, we're not missing a big story. Albon's hair changes every like friggin' week. That's like the biggest story that I can see.
Albon.
Yeah, let's just.
I mean,
go
the
through.
biggest thing was, I think, like Lewis going to Ferrari. That was a huge.
And Sainz just being like amazing. Sainz is wonderful.
It's going to be interesting. I'm so excited for.
He's had a very like progressive driver development. Like he hasn't been like all over the place. He's just been like progressively like getting better.
I think every single driver has to get to a point where they mature, and then you see the real performance, and then that's kind of where.
Alonso's a beast. We always knew that.
Yeah,
though.
I love Fernando Alonso.
That's
I've
just
always said
amazing.
Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Lando Norris, some of my favorite drivers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we're Red Bull fans, whatever, but like I love seeing those guys drive. I'm big fans of those guys too. Any notable drivers for you too?
I've been behind Lando Norris since the day that he started.
Lando Norris is
I told
awesome,
you that he was going to do great things.
I just wish Pierre would get like a solid car.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I do too.
But,
Maybe they will. They still have upgrades that they can do. So it's not like completely out for Alpine.
Nah, man, it's a wrap on those guys.
Yeah.
I think it's like a solid wrap on them. I think even they're saying it's a wrap. Like, to be that bad, like right here, I think like there's only, because once you're at a certain point, like they have the concept, they got it incredibly wrong.
Yeah.
That's it. Season's over.
Yeah.
Same with Red Bull. Like they got it very right. And
I'm
it's
interested to see where Haas goes, because they're not like in the backfield. They're not in the back right now. Like Magnussen.
Yeah, Haas is so interesting.
They're doing really well. I want to see like how this guy does. You know, he was like Gunter's right-hand man. So let's see what happens. And honestly, that's it. Like, I honestly hope good things for Albon. Like, I know that he's been floated out there as like a potential replacement with Mercedes, because he's driving the crap out of the Williams car.
But he's Mercedes development driver too, right?
Again,
or he's in the development program, sorry.
Isn't he also in the Red Bull development program? He
Was he?
Yes. How did he get a seat?
I thought they were talking about.
And how was he like in Max's garage when he won the world champ? Remember? He was like a reserve driver.
Yeah, no.
can be a
Red Bull, Albon drove a Red Bull
And he was a reserve driver.
I don't know why I keep hearing Albon. I think there's something there where he's like.
You can be a reserve driver for more than one team.
No, not reserve driver. Like he was. I think he's in the Mercedes. He has some kind of affiliation with Mercedes where they're like they can throw him into the Mercedes car.
Which is fine. I would like to see Albon, because he I feel like has worked really hard. He's like kind of done what Russell did, but I just don't really enjoy George Russell. Like, I don't enjoy his talking. When he does this with the microphone, it irks me.
Rolls it around.
It literally irks me so much. George, if you're watching this, please stop doing it. And it's so, it's like when you crack it, I hate it. No, we have nothing else to talk about. I hope everyone enjoys.
Just a square mic.
No.
And just let him. I would give him different shaped mics.
I'm just going to go down a really bad path right now. It's fine. It's been a beautiful Sunday. We are back.
Back with the podcast. Let's see if we can keep this going.
We're going to keep it going.
This was fun. Did you have fun?
I had so much fun. Please don't leave me hanging. I had fun. It was good. Milo did great. Yeah, you did good. And it was fun. Can't wait for Abu Dhabi next week.
Yeah, man. No, it's Saudi. It's not Abu Dhabi.
Or sorry, Saudi.
The Saudi Grand Prix. Jeddah. It's Jeddah. Jeddah's next. Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Am I losing my mind?
Check the race calendar, but yeah, Saudi is next week.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys, what's after that?
After that, we have Australia.
Australia, Japan, China. China's back.
China.
So make sure you guys, we're on Spotify. This gets uploaded to Spotify. I think Spotify allows video too now, so the video version might be up there, but I'm going to throw it on YouTube as well. Maybe see if we can make some reels for Instagram with it too.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We'll see what we have time for.
Yeah.
But as always,
This is like just doing the video. Bringing back the video is like
cool.
really like that's a lot too.
Cam and I showered for this.
Yeah, man. And that's like hit and miss when you have a kid, whether you shower. Or
No. It's not hit or miss. It's not.
When you have a baby.
We shower every day. I want to just put that out there. We do shower every day.
Oh my God, do you think our little baby's going to be on this podcast one day?
One day, yeah. He's talking so much. He says he can say Max Verstappen.
Oh yeah, we made him say driver's
We
name.
made him say all the
Max
drivers' names.
Verstappen.
Yeah.
He said it one day.
Yo, we should
was so
record
cute.
that and put that up there,
As
like
the
on an
intro?
audio.
As the
Yeah.
intro, maybe?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
F1 My Life podcast. He was saying the word Fox, but not Fox for a while.
Subscribe
So
on
funny.
Spotify. I'm gonna throw us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram too.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Miles asleep.
Yep. That's all good.
Puppy's asleep.
We're gonna go wake up our baby and have some lunch.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Let us know what you think, or if you have any
Questions,
questions, comments, and
We might have some guests this time because we're in Canada and we have a lot of our friends in
maybe.
Canada.
We'll see. We'll
A lot
see.
of Cam's friends that I took.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Sounds good. Okay, bye.
Bye.